What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to The Pulse here, hosted with your PeakBot co-founders, Dillon and Ben. We are here and ready for another week of trading. Apologies if I'm sniffling today. Just getting through a little bit of a cold, but excited to go through this week. Of course, we will be taking a look at our watch list. The last month or so, it seems like every week we're on here, we have some type of relatively major update to the format of our watch list. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy this week. No,
No
nothing.
updates. Yep.
Nothing
But we're excited to take a look at it. We're going to go over our team's internal picks this week for our PeakBot picks competition, which will be rolling out for the month of March starting next week. We're going to be getting both our team internally as well as our affiliate partners involved to test out this competition, to eventually roll it out to the general public and our followers here. So if you're listening right now and you want to get involved in the PeakBot Picks contest, we'll make sure to get you up to speed on everything you need to know and how to get involved when it's time. So, and then we'll take a look at our picks, and then we'll take a look at my portfolio for the week. I'll be making some changes for sure. I got some stocks reporting earnings this week, which I am certainly looking to avoid. And I'm going to ask Ben's opinion on one stock, and maybe even the group here as well, for all the listeners. So, Ben, unless I miss anything, I'll kick it to you, and we'll get started.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up my screen here, and we'll go through the watch list quickly. I mean, Dillon, like you mentioned, no big update for the watch list this week. Pretty much the same layout that everybody saw last week. We're sticking with the heat map format, where we're starting with our bullish trending stocks, lower risk stocks up at the top of the watch list. We're sorting that by their estimated weekly return, and then going down from there to neutral trend and lower risk to bearish trend to lower risk, and then we get into the moderate risks from there. But yeah, Dillon, you mentioned it. I think the big update this week is on PeakBot Picks, a competition that we're going to be hosting every month. Like you mentioned, our partners are going to be testing the waters with us for the first month. And these picks they're all based off of this watch list here. I'll zoom in a little bit more. But the whole idea behind the picks are, hey, we want to be smart about the companies that we're trading. We want to be smart about, these premiums that we're going out and collecting, right? We don't want to just recklessly run around and try to collect as much premium as we can without considering the risk involved. So the picks competition is kind of a way to tame that mentality a little bit. So the rules are, and I'll flip over to the spreadsheet in just a bit, but the rules are you've got to pick a stock off of this list here. One, because these are the most liquid options chains in the market right now. And realistically, if you wanted to trade these, you could go out and trade these, or even better, you could automate your trades with PeakBot on these stocks. If I switch over to our competition spreadsheet, I'm just going to zoom out on that a little bit. Computer's being slow. I think it switched over.
Yep.
So what we do, at least internally for PeakBot, is we're picking 3 stocks each week. That number is going to bump up to 10 when we officially kick this off in March. We could pick up to 10. Now, we get a 1 point if the contract expires out of the money. Now, we don't have to trade these ourselves. We're just tracking them. But if the contract expires out of the money, we get 1 point. And if it expires in the money, we get -1 point. So if we look at the leaderboard, we can see that based on last week's results, myself, Dillon, Thomas, and John, all part of the PeakBot team, we all went 3 for 3. Market had a good week last week. No assignments were had. So we each got 1 point. And looking ahead to this week, we'll be testing the same. We're going to start with a clean slate next week. But yeah, if anybody wants to get involved, feel free to shoot us a text. The doors aren't open for March, but they will be open for April. There will be cash prizes. It'll be a lot of fun. And again, just to reemphasize the rules here, we could pick up to 10 stocks from our watch list. Those stocks need to be submitted by 10 a.m. Eastern on Mondays. So you can still tune into this show and have time to get your picks in before we actually start we lock in the picks for the week. Again, you get 1 point for each out of the money pick at expiration. You get -1 point for each in the money pick. Again, we want to get into the habit of choosing stocks that are quote unquote safer to trade, right? The whole game is collecting premium here. And what better way to collect premium on stocks that you never get assigned on? Now, getting assigned isn't bad. You're still going to collect premium when you own shares and you start selling those covered calls. But again, we want to be smart about these trades. We want to be comfortable with the companies that we're trading. And it's a fun little competition to make us all better at choosing stocks. Dylan, any comments on the competition?
Yeah, one quick thing I want to make sure we can clarify. If you're going to be submitting by 10 o'clock Eastern, the strike price that we're going to go off of, Ben, that's going to be the strike price that's on our watch list doc at that time.
In the watch list at that time. Yep. So this is, that's not hard to hide. It is hard to hide. This is a Google Doc that we keep our watch list on. So Google Docs have history. We can go back and look at what the prices were at 10 a.m. on a Monday. So once 10 a.m. hits, your picks lock in, and then whatever we're estimating on this spreadsheet for your strike prices, your strike prices, that's what we'll be using for your picks for the week. So for example, if you were to choose Datadog this week, ticker DDOG, you would be locked in probably at around the $126 strike. I know that's what we're saying now. That could update when the market opens. But at $126 strike would be that line in the sand. If on Friday Datadog was trading above 126, you would earn 1 point. If it was trading below 126, you would lose 1 point. And then these points are cumulative over the course of the month. At the end of the month, we'll have winners, we'll have cash prizes. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be really good for us to go through this motion and start to get everybody collectively in the mindset of, hey, I'm okay taking a lower premium if I know that my risk, decreases exponentially, honestly.
And one other thing, Ben, we got to make sure. I don't know if we clear this up in the guidelines right now. It's got to be picked off of the hedged watch list.
That's right.
We're going off the 30 delta.
That's right.
This first tab in the watch list where we're selling credit spreads. Okay, we're really only concerning ourselves with the put side of the credit spread, and really even more so, only concerning ourselves with the sold put strike, which maybe Ben can hover his mouse over here. It's the 30 delta. That is the number. That is the magic number we're looking for. Okay, yep. So this sold put strike at the 30 delta, that's the strike price that you are looking to have the stock price stay above when the contract expires on Friday at the close of market. And as Ben said, we're trying to, promote, careful with that word. It's not financial advice or anything like that, but we're trying to show people, hey, let's find stocks that we feel good about, that we think can stay above our price, collect premium, and not get assigned on. Although, again, we're okay being assigned, but the idea is let's find stocks that are safe, smart stock picks on paper, right? Anything can happen. This is the stock market.
But, we just want to pump out premium here. That's all.
Yep. So, no, I think that covers the competition. We will likely have for our affiliates when we're rolling it out this week for us and our team, how are we going to have them submit their picks? And then how would we have the general public do it once we roll that out? Or still TBD?
TBD. I'm thinking, I'm leaning, we'll talk about it on our team meeting tonight, but I think that we'll probably ask people to submit picks via Twitter. Just send out a tweet with your picks, and then we'll update our picks sheet here. Cool. This is where we're keeping track of our picks, and it's a good conversation piece, right? And that's, I think, where we'll shift the conversation right now. So Dylan, you've picked Micron Technology, ticker MU, as your number one pick for this week.
Yep.
So what's your reasoning for this? And I'll get some charts pulled up on MU in just a second.
Yeah, please do. That'd be great. So, since PeakBot is built on transparency, I'll be super transparent. Being sick as a dog over the weekend, I didn't have the meant these picks in until shortly before this show. And so, to be honest with you, I haven't been able to do as much research as I would have liked on these stocks. But at the same time, the reason I'm sharing this is because this is also a reality for a lot of our traders, right? A lot of times you don't have the time, or you forget, or whatever it might be. And I want to stick to my typical rules when I want to go and make a stock selection. So I took a look at Micron. It's been toward the top of our watch list for quite some time now, since we reorganized and put these low risk trades at the top. I like that for a relatively expensive stock, trading right around $86 right now. There's only a $3 spread. Our sold strike price is $84. Okay, so when I take a look at the chart, there was a relatively strong resistance right around the $84 mark. I know we dipped under just for a little bit there, but
I think you mean support, by the way.
Or support, sorry, support at $84. So I kind of liked it. When I looked at the Tradier technical analysis, it was also a buy. So I stuck with it. I like the stock. I personally haven't traded it before, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with it this week. When I look at the 1 week technical analysis on Tradier's platform, there's literally only one sell signal here. So I'm digging it. We're going for it this week. That's my top pick.
Nice. And then I am looking at some analyst reports. We got 36 analysts reporting on Micron. 27 out of the 36 are calling Micron either a strong buy or a buy. We've got 6 calling it a hold and only 1 calling it a sell.
Nice.
So according to analysts, things are looking up. All right, cool. So we'll go back to the picks list here and look at Thomas's number one pick. He picked Palantir, ticker PLTR.
We're gonna have to get Thomas on the show.
Yeah, we'll get Thomas on the show. We'll have to. But his reasoning is NVIDIA earnings shows AI is here to stay. I think a lot of us felt like that anyway. It's not a bubble like everybody thinks. And I'll tell you what, if you use any form of AI tools that work or for fun, you'll see I'm convinced that it's here to stay.
Well, I don't want to have to live in a world where I don't have access to it. So
that's right.
It's made way too many things too easy. I shouldn't say easy, but a lot more efficient.
Exactly.
So anyway, go ahead.
So Thomas is acknowledging here that Palantir is a high risk pick. It ended up on the higher risk end of the watch list. It's paying 1.16 in premium this week. If we take a look at the chart, pull up Palantir. Gonna go to the 1 month chart. Looks like we had a gap up here. Not sure what that gap up was for, but since then, once we hit our high of around 25.50, we've been trading in about a 10% range here, trading towards the bottom of the 10% range. So some decent support here. I would personally be looking out to see if this stock drops below support. Thomas is betting on the $22 strike, so that lands us right here, which would be breaking down this most recent support line. But if that does happen, trouble could ensue. But that's why we hedge these trades, right? There's a max loss. You don't have to worry about overexposing yourself in the market. So looking at the technical analysis tool, we've got a buy signal there. We've got 12 buy signals, 9 neutral for me. Being on the put side of this, it's a bullish to neutral strategy. So the score there is 21-3 in terms of neutral and buy against sell. We've got 17 analysts reporting on on Palantir right now. I have a hard time seeing this. I'm like, I got my camera right in front of where the analyst number is. I should probably pull that on a different screen, but I'm not going to right now. We got 50% of those analysts calling this a hold. We've got about 23% calling it a strong buy or a buy. And then we've got about 29% of those analysts calling it underperform or sell. So a lot of different opinions on Palantir. But based on what we've seen, decent pick. And, we're all 3 for 3 from last week. So I'd like to think that Thomas kind of knows what he's doing, but we'll see. We'll see. For me, I think United was my top pick last week. I just love how low it's trading below its average target price, and is estimating 0.9% return on premium this week. That might have changed since I looked at it yesterday. I think the estimated premium dropped a little bit today. I'm okay with that though. We're still bullish here. It's a moderate risk stock. My feeling is that it's moderate because of how far below we're trading the average target price according to analysts. I'm actually going to take a look at Uber though. So if I look at Uber's chart, because Uber's number 2 on my list, I'm going to look at the 1-month chart here. Gap up. I'm assuming that was earnings. I think Uber reported earnings recently. And then since then, we're kind of trading in a trend. I'm going to pull up the analyst reports on another screen, but first I'm going to go down to our technical analysis tool. When we're looking at Uber, we've got 7 neutral, 16 buy. Add that up, that's 23 to 3 on the sell. Again, that's just how I look at it. And then if we look at Uber analyst recommendations, we got 48 analysts looking at Uber. 93% of them are calling it a strong buy or a buy. 6% of them are calling it a hold, and none out of the 48 analysts are saying that it's a sell or a strong sell. Currently trading about $7 below the average target price, trading $22 above the average high target price, the high target price. And I think we're all set up here. I think that Uber's paying out a good premium. We are trending in the right direction, especially if we look at like a longer term. This chart is nothing but up since November. I feel good. I feel good about Uber. That's why it's on my picks list. And then we've got John here. John didn't change any picks since last week. He's just kind of rolling smooth sailing. Yeah, he's rolling week over week, which is totally valid. You could do that too. If you pick in 1 week and you forget to update your picks the next week, then we're just going to roll your picks for you. So we're not going to cover any of John's picks, but we'll see how all of these turn out for next week. But with that said, Dillon, I'll kick it to you for a live portfolio update.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And again, we're excited about this competition. We think it's going to go very smoothly, and a lot of our affiliate partners are very excited about it. When we get this rolled out to the general public, we'll be handing out cash prizes, etc. So keep up to speed on it. We'll be updating you guys. So I'm going to share my screen here in just a second, and we'll take a look at my portfolio for this week. So as we can see over here on the left-hand side, last week I sold 4 different stocks for a total of 5 total contracts. I finished out of the money on all of them. In fact, I still own 100 shares of AI. So this is the company C3 AI. And this was actually the one I wanted Ben's opinion, not financial advice, opinion on. Just because if we take a look at the watch list here, C3 AI has actually been removed from the hedged version of the wheel into the removed tickers tab. Now, removed tickers, they're still tradable. Okay, they've been moved over here for a number of different reasons, either that they're paying under $10 in net premium, the risk level is too high or the options data was not found for that ticker. So if we look for C3 on here, we're going to notice that AI, Ben, they're reporting this week. So I own these shares at, let's see, what do I own them at? I think I own them at 28.54. The stock's trading at 26.15, and they're reporting earnings this week. So, for me, I'm honestly I'm struggling on what to do. I haven't made my decision on this just yet. It's a neutral trend. Technically, it's in the very high risk category with the $350 spread, or I'm sorry, $350 max loss on the put side. On the call side, actually, it seems to be the same size spread, or no, maybe 450. So, this is a tough one for me, to be honest with you. I hold the shares. I can collect the premium, but they're reporting earnings this week. I'm going to come back to that. Ben, if maybe in the meantime you want to pull up a chart, we'll take a closer look. But I'm going to keep that on there for right now. General Motors, I sold a put contract, a put spread last week. They're actually on this list here as well for a different reason. They're on here because they're paying under a $10 net premium. Relatively inexpensive stock, paying about 0.25% in premium this week, which is a $9 return. I'm going to go ahead. I don't own my shares of GM, so I'm going to remove this stock from my portfolio. It's gone. That simple. When we take a look at Macy's, Macy's is actually on the hedged wheel watch list. However, Macy's, which I've been trading for about 2 months now consistently, also reporting earnings this week. So they are technically bullish high. It's under a $20 stock with a $1.50 spread. They report tomorrow. I don't own the shares of Macy's. I sold 2 successful put contracts on them last week in my account, just collected premium. I'm going to move it right now. I'm not the type of trader who likes to trade through earnings reports if I have the chance to do my research around it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add my top pick from this week, which was Micron Technology, MU. I'm going to add that stock in. After taking a look at things, I really do like it. I'm going to type in MU here. Micron's going to pop up. I can enter one contract for this week and activate that. So we're going to be rocking and rolling there with MU. And then United Airlines, I'm having a total rehaul this week, and I want everybody watching to know that you don't need to be doing this, right? Set it and forget it is just as powerful as making adjustments to your portfolio as often as we might do so on this show. The importance that trumps everything else here is how good do you feel about the stocks that you're trading? If you feel good, then let it rock. If you don't feel so good, then come in and make a change. I'm going to get rid of UAL. Let's just see where that landed on this watch list here. I think that was also okay. Here's United Airlines. It's in a good spot, actually. Bullish, moderate, only a $2 spread, paying just about 0.58% in premium this week. However, this account is under 15K right now. It's right around 14K. So I'm going to pop UAL off, and I'm going to add, I think, Thomas's top pick, which I believe is a strong company in Palantir. So I'm going to add Palantir Technologies. It's a relatively low-cost stock. Ben, I don't mind calling us out live here. NAN showing up for Palantir?
Yeah, that's
We
interesting.
know why that might be.
That might
Price
just
not
be
being
because
done.
pre-market there might not be any bid ask on the strikes that we're looking at.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll find out and report back. So I'm going to add that stock. That gets me right where I need to be. So I'm selling
There
one
you go.
credit.
There's your
Okay,
budget.
it populated. I'm selling one credit spread on Micron Technologies for puts, another put credit spread on Palantir, and as it stands right now, I'm going to be selling a call credit spread on C3 AI before the market opens. I might change that up. My options really are either manually sell my 100 shares at a loss, which I've learned the hard way, and my portfolio's learned the hard way, not to do as much, right? That's, I'm kind of cutting bait and cutting my losses when I could be collecting a nice premium. Ben, what are your thoughts on AI? And if you don't have any, don't
Yeah,
share.
I mean, so I'll pull up my screen.
Go ahead.
And I've got the AI chart pulled up on Tradier here. So I'm looking at the 3-month chart. I mean, it's been trading between this range of 23.50 and then our high of 34. So there's like a $10 range, which on a, it's right now it's trading at $26. That's almost a 40. That's like a 40% range.
Yeah.
So for me, this stock is very volatile. You own it, right? You got to sign the shares. What I think, I mean, there's a couple of things that you could do. What you could do is you could roll the dice and hope for a really good earnings. You could not trade it on PeakBot at all. Just hold the stock, roll the dice, see if there's a good earnings report, and maybe you make it out okay at the end of the day. You could not use PeakBot. Again, these are PeakBot's a supplement to trading, right? You could make your own decisions and trade your own strategies. PeakBot is here to provide consistency within your portfolio. But in times like this, you might want to, break that consistently, see a little bit, and kind of do your own thing. Another thing that you could do is you could hold the stocks and you could buy a put at, whatever you're comfortable losing. So, if you wanted to potentially buy a put at like $25, that if the stock price drops below $25 after earnings, you'll be able to sell those shares at the end of the week for $25. You could also let PeakBot sell your call credit spread on your behalf. Get that call credit spread set up so that way you do have a call to capture upside. You have a bought call to capture that upside. And then manually you can go in and sell a put to protect from downside on earnings, if that were to be the case. Now, you'll probably not make much in premium and you'd be betting on the upside, but you're also preventing yourself from, any major losses by doing that. So there's a number of things that you could do. If it were me, I would probably let PeakBot sell the call credit spread and then buy a put as a protection. I mean, we just looked on the watch list. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I wanted to see what.
And you say buy a put, not sell a put.
Correct. Buy a put for protection. My laptop's being extremely slow right now.
I can pull it up on my end. You're just looking for C3 AI?
Yeah, I'm looking for, there it is. So the data is somewhat missing there. Let me pull up the chain on Tradier. All right, so we look at this week, and look, we're looking at this week's expiration. As of right now, we are trading around the $26 level. So if we look at our deltas and we look at where PeakBot would trade your call credit spread, we would be trading the 27 delta, sell the 27 delta on the call side right now, because that's closest to the 50 without going over. And we would buy the 31.50 delta. So that would be quite a move on earnings. But if we look at the bid ask here, our bid here is 162. So we collect $1.62 in premium. And then if we look down here at the 31.50, we'd be giving out 54 of that premium to the bought call. So we would net out with $108 in premium, $1.08 in premium. So then what we could do on the put side is we can go and see what put we can buy for $1.08. And it looks like we can buy the $24 put. So, let PeakBot manually sell your call credit spread and then up to you if you want to get rid of that premium that you just earned on it and then manually buy a put here to protect against downside. So if you were to buy the $24 put, that's roughly $2 from where the stock's trading right now. If at the end of the week, for if it was during earnings or for any other reason, if ticker AI were to drop below $24, you're protected. That's your max loss right there, $24. But again, the important part is you've got this bought call, so you're keeping the upside. If C3 goes bananas on earnings, then you're going to make money off of this bought call. You are muted, sir.
My bad. Yeah, so I'm going to take a closer look at this before the market opens after we log off. So stay tuned. I might tweet about it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm at on it right now, but we'll see. But I do feel good about Micron Technologies. I feel good about Palantir. I'll make a decision on AI. But what's important is I know that my bot's got my back. We're selling credit spreads here. I'm protected for the most part. And I wouldn't be trading C3 AI if I didn't feel good about it in the long term anyway. It's just, I do get a little weird about it when we're reporting earnings on a relatively.
Hey, look at NVIDIA's earnings. NVIDIA crushed it. They're in similar industry. Yeah. So yeah, you've also got to take that into consider. And I would also look up any other companies in industry that have reported earnings so far this earnings season and see how they've done. Yeah.
All right, that's good. Good advice. And if it hasn't shown through on the show for however long we've been doing this, I'm the amateur trader compared to Ben and even a lot of people who use PeakBot. I'm the layman, but don't forget I made 32% last year. So all right, cool. I think that's it. We're excited for this contest. Let's see if all 4 of us internally at PeakBot can go 3 for 3 again. And then next week, we're going to start rolling this out, as we mentioned, for a month with our affiliates. Maybe, Ben, we get one of our affiliate partners on the show.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Have a fresh face. People might be sick of looking and hearing it from us.
Probably.
And maybe have them do a little analysis, education from, kind of where they are stemming from, and go from there. And then when we were sharing our screen, you might notice that the trend spread bot, which is the new bot we've been teasing for a while, has made its way onto the app. That doesn't mean it's live, but it's a baby step. Getting closer there. I know a lot of people are excited about that.
If you're a beta tester listening in, you'll have access very soon.
Yep. So we're pumped about that. And I think that's it, Ben. Let's give people some time to, get their portfolios organized before the market opens here. We got about under 27 minutes.
Yep.
And appreciate everybody tuning in. Of course, again, don't be shy. I know we didn't have the ticker going across the bottom of the screen here for a lot of the show today, but if there's questions, always feel free to put them in the comments. We're live every week, Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern on our YouTube, on the Tradier Hub. Tradier's been great partners of ours. This is live on their hub, as well as their YouTube channel, and live on our Twitter account. So
if you're looking for trading education, the Tradier Hub is a great place to go.
A lot of live shows just like this with individuals with varying experiences, trading different types of strategies in different markets. There's a lot of good information. So thanks again for everybody tuning in. We will see you next week. Same time, same place. See you at the peak. Take care, everybody.